What is up, guys? Today I'm in a new game called The Forge. It's honestly really cool and honestly a unique idea. It was actually created by, I think, a couple of the owners of Fish and The Abyss. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to be showing you all the tips and tricks on how to get leveled up and at least get to Island 2 to be able to progress through the game. Also, guys, before we start the video, please join my Discord where I do Roblox giveaways, Fish giveaways, and any other new games that are trending. I like grinding for you guys, and I like helping you get the best items you can in your favorite games. So please join the Discord if that sounds interesting to you. So first, you're going to go over to Sensei Moro and do his tutorial, and when you are done, you should have the basics of just how to forge and mine. And so first, I would recommend using these codes on screen to get more race rerolls and to actually use them. You're going to go to your backpack, go to shop, and just scroll to the race menu. And there are two types of races that you're going to want to get depending on how you play the game. Golems, Dragonborns, and Minotaurs are really good for heavy weapons, and goblins and smaller people like elves, or even I guess humans. You do not want to get humans though, just because they have no perks. But if you get smaller races, you want to be using daggers and weapons that are fast because you're going to be more agile, while weapons like great swords and dragon slayers are going to be more for races like Dragonborns, orcs. But if you get Angel or Demon, you can use both just because of how good the stats are. So now, when you are in the mine in Island 1, there will be two NPCs here, Utmut the Brave and Nord. Utmut gives you quests to kill zombies, and Nord gives you mining quests. Now, depending on your race, if you are a Dragonborn and have a large sword, I would actually do zombie killing quests because it's a lot easier to take the damage and kill a lot of zombies just because of the reach of your weapon. And if you are something like a goblin or an elf, doing mining quests is a lot easier just because of how fast and agile you are to get to every rock and mine everything. Now, for the slaying quests, you definitely want to enhance your weapons, which I will show you how to do in a little bit. And for your mining quests, you just want to upgrade your pickaxe. And honestly, even if you don't do mining quests very often, if you do have large weapons, I would still upgrade your pickaxe because you will need them for later parts of the game. So basically, if you are a larger person choosing, an orc as the race, you can just come up to zombies and you can parry them. As you can see, he has a little halo on his head, and then you are able to actually just slay them pretty easily. And so when you do that, you actually get this stuff called essence, and with that you can enhance your weapons and armor, making them stronger after forging. Also, if you don't know how to forge, you should. Through the tutorial, I will show you as well. And basically, you do not want to really stay on Island 1 for a long time because you're just going to want to get to Island 2 as fast as you can, just because that's where all the better items are, through the portal right here. And the best way, well, the only way to actually get to Island 2 is to get to level 10, and with the portal you get through the tutorial, you can actually go to the Forgotten Kingdom. But first, if you go down over here to the enhancer, you can talk to this NPC right here. And now, after talking to them, you say you want to enhance, and let's say I want to make my light leggings better. It will show you which essence you need, and if you do have them, you just click enhance, and it will cost money, but it scales over time. And so after you enhance them, if you actually want special powers on them, you can go over to the rune maker, and you can actually disenchant items, which is very useful. So let's say I wanted to take this rune off of this axe and put it onto my greatsword. I could actually select this and I could actually detach it. Okay. And now I can go back and select my greatsword and put this rune on here. Now keep in mind, if you are a Dragonborn race like I am with the horns and the height, having burning on your weapons doesn't matter as much because you actually burn NPCs while hitting them because of your race. But items that would require it would be like daggers if you were a elf or a smaller race, because the burn damage is very useful for getting out of tough situations because it'll slow enemies down. Also, some weapons and races scare off enemies, which is really useful for just trying to get to mine without being bothered. So now, after you are actually able to go to World 2 by being level 10 and opening your portal, you are going to go in, and this is pretty much the end game-ish right now because this game is fairly new. So when you get in here, you can actually use this cannon to get up to the main area where the mine is. Just keep in mind, guys, that all the enemies here are much stronger than they were in World 1. So even if you are a Dragonborn, make sure to really get leveled up on your armor. If you do look at your index, you can see which items you have mined and which enemies you have slayed and which weapons you have forged and armor you have forged. And when you discover any of these 3 categories, make sure to actually claim them because it levels you up very significantly. So make sure you scroll all the way down that you can and actually claim everything you can, because look how fast I'm gaining levels and money. I'm already at 9,000 and I was at 4,000. You get a lot of XP from this, guys, so it is actually very worth it. So in my opinion, always try to discover new things before trying to really, so basically just try to explore your whole index before selecting one item to really be very good. And so forging, guys, is pretty easy. How it works, using less items creates smaller items, which does make sense. The less material you'll use, the smaller items you'll get, and using the more items you use will give you bigger items, being the colossal swords and the smallest being the daggers. Now, how it actually works is using less items but very rare items will give you better daggers, and smaller items but using a lot of items that are common will give you a bad giant sword. So you really want to just try to use the best of the best items, and if you have a large quantity of it, use it for colossal swords, and if you have a small quantity, use it for daggers. And the way you'll actually get these items is by chance. So as you see, if I put this stuff in here, I only have a 5% chance to get a straight sword, but look, if I put more items in, like all this stone, even though it is common, it will give me a higher chance to get now colossal swords because of the amount of items I put in. Even though it'll be common and not a very good sword, I have a higher chance. So let me put in some actually good items to show you what you should be doing to get good swords. If you only have one of a very rare item, meaning epic or higher, I would just use that one. But if you only have one of a mid-tier item, I would just rather you use something a little less rare if it means you're trying to get a larger item depending on how many of the ore you have. So you're going to use the shroomite here, and I'm going to use all this silver, which I already did, and then I'm going to go to the tin next because I have a lot of it, but it's also a very high rarity compared to all my other stuff. And now with all my stuff selected, you can't actually select what you get here. It's all by chance by just clicking forge, and there's a chance that I won't get it, but I most likely will. And now really you're going to want to try to get a good quality, so you're going to really want to be fast on all the parts of this. So I'm pumping this up, and you want to try to get it the fastest you can. And now the trick is kind of in fish, but opposite. You're controlling this little mini bar. You're going to really want to fluctuate it, and it actually is faster than the orange bar, so you will be able to catch up to it. Now you're just going to want to smash this as hard as you can, and I actually did get a helmet. I didn't get a chest plate, and so now you're just going to want to perfectly hit this. And even if you do miss one, you could still get a good item. You kind of do have to lock in for this. And so this is probably going to be 80% or lower just because of the amount of things I missed, to be honest. You really want to lock in on this. Yeah, 86 actually, so that's not horrible. And I would usually accept this stuff. And to equip your items, just go to your inventory, click equipments, and you're just going to unequip what you had on, and then you can scroll and then equip. And just honestly sell the stuff that you don't use anymore, but just make sure that you're getting a good deal, because all the merchants do kind of try to scam you because the rarity of what your item is, it kind of fluctuates in the way that they will. So Greedy K will actually give you pretty bad deals, even though, so I'll show you, even though that you give him good stuff, he'll give you kind of bad deals. And he only takes your ores though. He does not take weapons or armor. So if I wanted to give him any of this stuff, like let's say this carbordite, and I accepted, see, he'll only give me $10, which is not really that good. But if I go to woe here, you can sell equipment, and so let's say I wanted to sell these two, he'll kind of give me a bad deal as well. Only 400 for a really good battle axe. I'll sell it anyways. Oh, and also I would really hold off trying to buy stuff from World 1, I really only go up to the iron pickaxe because the cobalt pickaxe is better than the platinum one in World 1, which is the best. So I would really suggest saving up the 10,000 by going through your backpack in your index and scrolling all the way and unlocking everything that you can because of just the amount of money that you're going to be making from that. I mean, I literally just made 2,000. And make sure to always try to kill as many things as you can. And trust me, guys, the things in World 2 are very strong, so you have to be very careful. And I would suggest buying health potions and damage potions as much as you can. But if you are a miner, obviously buying miner potions, speed potions, and luck potions, because agility very much matters because you're going to want to be avoiding enemies. I would also get the danger sense potion that is in World 1 if you aren't really attentive and really locked in on mining, especially if you are smaller, because enemies can run up at you, and so the danger sense potion will help you actually avoid that. But that's pretty much it for this video. This game is fairly new and it's honestly really cool, so I would suggest playing it. It's a really good game as far as I know right now. The in-game purchases are pretty fair, and I think you don't really need to buy anything with Robux in this game to actually be good. It only took me about 45 minutes to get all this stuff, and I actually wasn't a tester because I just never applied. So I honestly found it pretty surprising that I got to get that much of an edge on this game and get to World 2 in so fast of time. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this game. Please try it out, and I'll see you on the next one.